What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 3, week 3, I should say, of the Digital Sports, Shaunosaurus Digital Sports Network. This week, Green Bay goes on the road to the nation's capital to face Washington. Week number 3. Green Bay enters the game 0-1-1 in the digital sphere. I'm not sure what Washington's record is. Green Bay in real life is 1-0-1, and the Madden Predictor, which is a fake stat that I just made up, is 0-2. So has not correctly predicted a win or a loss. Oddly enough, picked a tie in the first game, but real life got a tie in the second game, and that was a super bizarre game. Looks like Green Bay will start with the ball. Washington deferred to the second half. Here we go. Green Bay at Washington. First road game for Green Bay. And weirdly enough, they started with 2 divisional opponents at home. Yeah. Washington has a new quarterback in Alex Smith, and Montgomery takes it out of the end zone. He's going to run up. Pretty good run, or return. Run back, return. Either way, same thing. And Green Bay will start at the 26-yard line. 27-yard return for Montgomery. There is Aaron Rodgers. He's still playing. That's good. Injured his knee in week 1. Looked pretty good in week 2. And there are his stats from last year. Again, all of these games are played in just the regular exhibition mode, so it's not like a season or anything. Josh Norman is on the defensive side of the ball for Washington. Forgot about that. It was like a big deal when he went over from Carolina, but hasn't really done much since. First and 10 from the 26-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun. Trio of receivers to the bottom of your screen. Drops a pass to Adams for a gain of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Nice little play there. Get Adams involved early. He looked good last week. Second down and 3 from the 33-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun. Bit of a weird looking formation there. 3 receivers. Montgomery gets the handoff and is going to get 6 or so yards, 5 yards, and that'll be enough for a first down. So Green Bay looking good. 2 plays, 1 first down. Montgomery, their primary running back. Not wearing a typical running back's number. Still stuck with 88. He was originally a receiver and kept that number going over to make the switch when they had a plethora of injuries a few years ago and needed just anybody who could run the ball to run the ball. Back to that same weird formation, kind of an offset pistol thing. I don't even know. Rodgers with the fake handoff, drops back, passes out to Adams, and that's another catch for Adams. His second reception is going to give the Packers another first down. 2 receptions for Devontae Adams, 24 yards. Good start for him. Get him involved early. Right on that line. Looked like he got 1 and 2 feet down. Wonder if they'll take a look at it. Probably not. Rodgers, 12 yards per attempt. That's what 24 divided by 2 is. Fun fact for you. Fun math joke, I guess. It's not really a joke. It's the math fact. Rodgers out to Graham. Gain of about 3 or so there. Hopefully we'll see Jimmy Graham a little bit more involved in the offense in the coming weeks. I really like him as a tight end or receiver. I believe he caught a touchdown pass that was called back due to a holding penalty, so that was unfortunate. Still looking for his first touchdown reception of the year. That was in the real game. Just to be clear. Rodgers takes the shotgun snap, passes over the middle to Jimmy Graham yet again. It's going to be a 10-yard gain or so, and that's going to be a first down. Rodgers starting out hot, 4 for 4 for a good chunk of yards. I missed what it said up there, and I'm not very good at math. So there you go. There's Graham running the ball. Got Pretty good hit laid on him there by the safety, or the linebacker. All over the board today. Safety, linebacker, doesn't matter. Yet to see Randall Cobb and Geronimo Allison, who have been pretty big parts of the Packers offense so far this year. Rodgers in the pistol, 1st and 10 again, 33-yard line. Play action fake, Rodgers deep. Adams is open yet again. The momentum carried him back, so he's only going to get a gain of about 10 or so, but still 1st down, unless they gave him forward progress, which they may have. Because he definitely, momentum definitely pulled him back, and he ran out of bounds, but they may have spotted him a few yards extra. So far, a good opening drive for Green Bay. Back to that odd offset eye sort of pistol formation. I don't even know what in the world that is. That's going to be Allison, getting him involved in the game for a gain of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2. And Green Bay just kind of dinking and dumping down that field. 8 yards here, 7 yards there, 12. Looking pretty good. Rodgers is in the shotgun. One receiver to his left. Running back to his left. Going to hand off to Montgomery. That's a 1st down and more. Looked pretty good there, but he got stopped at the 7. So Montgomery, 2 rushes, 13 yards. Both of them have been 1st down conversions. That's always good. Green Bay looked really good last week. They ended up tying the game with the Vikings after the Vikings made a pretty furious comeback. A lot of missed field goals and weird special teams plays and all sorts of stuff. I felt like when I was watching the game, I was like, Green Bay can only hold Minnesota in the passing game with receivers like Thielen and Stephon Diggs for so long before they start getting chunk plays, and that's exactly what happened. Rodgers throws into the end zone for a touchdown. Ignore those glitches. Madden's a perfect game. It's his 1st receiving touchdown. And Green Bay takes an early 6-0 lead. And much like the Vikings' first drive last week, took a lot of time off the clock. 4 minutes and 8 seconds. It could come back. I'm not sure. We'll see if they take a look at it. But more with the touchdown catch. And we're going to get a booth review. They look good. But it depends. We'll see what happens. We all know that the catch rule in the NFL is an utter mess. Dez never caught it, by the way. Just throwing it out there. All right, so the touchdown counts. 6-0 Green Bay. 4-minute, 8-second drive. And Green Bay takes an early lead. Extra point by Mason Crosby is good. And it's 7-0. 9 plays, 72 yards. 74 yards, excuse me. 4:02 off the game clock. I said 4:06. I probably said 4:08. I'm jumping all over the board. I forgot that the clock runs when the run back happens, the return happens on the kickoff. So that took some time off. And then obviously there's a whole drive. And also 4 + 6 is 10, not 4 + 8. So a whole mess here in the commentator's booth. How very John Madden of me, I guess? I don't know. Crosby with the kickoff here. I need a telestrator. I want a telestrator so bad. I don't know how that would work, but it would be kind of cool. If you know how to make a telestrator work for an internet show, let me know. 26-yard return for Washington, and that will set them up at the 27-yard line with their new quarterback, Alex Smith. 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and jumps in slow motion. So that's pretty cool. did not realize that Adrian Peterson played for Washington until like 2 weeks ago when the season started, and they were playing the Washington was playing Arizona, and they're like, hand off to Adrian Peterson. And I went, oh, what? Oh, okay. And that was the end of that story. Basically, like, that's what happened. I went, oh, what? He plays for them? And then I moved on with my life. Handoff to Peterson out to the left side of the field, and he is stopped for a minimal gain, if any gain at all. Look at the Washington offensive line. And there are your receivers and running backs. Jordan Reed, the tight end. Kevin King with the tackle stopped Adrian Peterson for only a gain of 1. Good start for Green Bay defensively. Figure Green Bay has a lot of familiarity with Adrian Peterson, so should help them stop him a little bit. Peterson with the reception. He's going to pick up 8, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for Washington. Nice little dump to the running back there, and he was able to get some yards to make it a 3rd and manageable. All right, so 3rd down. Smith lines up in the shotgun. Peterson to his right, presumably. Going to motion out to the bottom of your screen. Smith drops back, throws it over the middle, and Richardson Jr. is going to pick up enough for the 1st down. Looked like about a 4 or 5 yard gain there. So 1st and 10 for Washington as we approach the end of the 1st quarter. Green Bay with a good opportunity to get off the field on 3rd down, but gave up that short little pass, and Washington gets a fresh set of downs. Here's a look at Clay Matthews. I believe they call him Mr. Roughing the Passer at this rate. And with that joke, we'll end the 1st quarter of play. Green Bay takes an early lead with a big long drive of 4 minutes plus. But Washington just picked up a 1st down, and that's how we will start the 2nd quarter. 7-0 Green Bay after 1. Back with quarter number 2. Don't look at that advertisement. Gatorade, the sports fuel company, those aren't real commentators either. They aren't doing this. The Gatorade is a lie. It's a fake, a lie, and the commentators aren't real. I'm your commentator, Sean, and this week's coverage, as always, is brought to you by Week in Review. You can catch it every Tuesday on this very YouTube channel, so check that out. It has movie reviews, game reviews, poor purchasing decisions, everything you could ever want in a random internet show, all in one convenient place, with this same voice that leads you through the game, but you get to see my face. So there's that. Because, bonus handsomeness, I guess. Peterson runs it for a gain of 5. Be sure to check out Week in Review every Tuesday. Right here. You can also catch up on older episodes. There's like 35 of them at this point. There are 2 extra football games. There's other videos that'll probably go up. There's unboxing of a PlayStation 4 Pro. All kinds of stuff on that channel. You should subscribe because it's really great. Thompson gets the handoff and is going to be stopped for a gain of 1 yard, bring up 3rd and 4. Another great opportunity for Green Bay to get off the field. 3rd and manageable from the Washington perspective. Blake Martinez. Hurry to the line as Alex Smith lines up in the shotgun. Bunch receivers to the top of the formation. Smith out to Richardson Jr. and who is that? That's number 38. Williams with the deflection. Great defensive play will get Green Bay off the field and give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers. So what started as a promising drive for Washington with a couple of 1st downs stalls, well, 1 1st down, stalls, and it's punted away. It's going to go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, Green Bay. There's Aaron Rodgers. 7 for 7 on that first drive. 61 yards. Graham with a couple of catches. Adams with a couple catches. Montgomery with some nice running. It was a nice opening drive for them. Rodgers lines up and goes under center, I should say. And it's going to hand the ball off to Williams, who is going to get at least 7 yards. Ooh, they're going to give him 8. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 2. Nice run off that left side. And that'll set the Packers up nicely ahead of the chains with a very easy 2nd down. 53, it looked like, on Washington's side. Took kind of a weird angle and went the long way around. Opened up the side a little bit to gain some extra yards. This is the 11th play. So far they've run 7 pass plays and 3 rush plays. Green Bay has. Play action pass. Rodgers drops back. Pass to Graham. That's going to be a good gain. Up to the 44-yard line, so a 15-yard pass. Rodgers 8 for 8 with a touchdown. Graham with 3 receptions. And a 1st down for Green Bay. Nice route by Graham. Got open and, well, so the camera guy got confused about where he was supposed to be, apparently. You want me to shoot the 1st down marker, right? No. The play on the field. Well, I got the 1st down marker if you want to see that. So, that was exciting. Rodgers takes the snap, hands it off to Williams again, and he's going to get stuffed for a gain of 3. More than I thought he got. I thought he got maybe 1, maybe 2. Second down and 7 for Green Bay as they approach midfield. Rodgers under center, little bunch formation down towards the bottom of the formation. Looks like probably Adams up there by himself. Going to find Cobb for a gain of probably 8 and a 1st down. 7. We'll give them the 7 they needed for the 1st down. So Brown with the tackle, and it's 1st down on the Washington side of the field. Nice catch by Cobb, reaching out behind him. So last week and the week before, Green Bay ran very questionable 2-minute drills towards the ends of the halves and games as Rodgers hands off to Montgomery for a gain of 2. And I thought, like, that's super weird that the game is running these, like, weird clock management things where, like, Green Bay got bailed out by a bad play, a bad defensive play by Chicago. They had 2 timeouts. It was a whole weird thing. And then, as we hit the 2-minute warning here, it's 7-0 Green Bay. We'll be right back to Digital Washington right after this, and I'll continue that thought that I had. Welcome back to Digital Washington. Green Bay with a score on their first drive and a monster drive, a 4-minute drive. And Washington was unable to respond, had to punt it away, and now Green Bay is driving again on the Washington side of the field with 2 minutes remaining, 2nd and 8. Green Bay has all their timeouts. I bring that up because they're, as I was saying before the break, their clock management was questionable in the real-life Vikings game. As Rodgers drops back, passes over to Graham. He's going to try and get upfield, but they're going to stop him short. Gain of 6. 3rd down and 1. 4th reception for Graham for 33 yards. At one point, going back to the real game, they ran a run play off the start, which was a bizarre way to start the drive. And then at one point, it looked like Rodgers thought they had a timeout, and it was a mess. They were lucky to get 3 out of it. And it was just a weird correlation of odd time usage, clock management in both the digital and real world games, as Graham becomes more and more of a factor with his 5th reception that gets him up to 40 yards. Rodgers still perfect on the day, and it's first down and 10 Green Bay. I just thought it was weird that I made fun of them in the game, in the digital version of this game, for being like, oh, your clock management's weird, and then it happens in the regular game. You're like, oh, okay, I guess the digital version is off, and they're still letting the clock run with 3 timeouts. First and 10 from the 29. Why use them? Who cares? Timeouts are useless, apparently. Rodgers takes the snap in the pistol. He's going to roll a little bit. Hits Williams for a very minimal gain, and they will take a timeout. So it was a gain of 4, 55 seconds. Green Bay over 100 passing yards, and we'll be right back. Back in digital Washington. 26 yards to the end zone, 2nd and 6 for Green Bay. 55 seconds, 2 timeouts. Rodgers still perfect. Shout out to the commentator's curse, because he will now throw either an incompletion or an interception or something. I don't know. That's the power that I wield. The commentator's curse. I say, he's been perfect today, and then he immediately throws in an incompletion. But let's see what Lord Madden has in store for us. Second down, Cobb with a little bit of motion. Takes the snap. Over the middle to Cobb, and that's a completion. It's going to give him a first down at the 17-yard line. Green Bay's going to take another timeout. 7-0 Packers, second quarter. Just kidding. I expected it to fade to black there. It did not. So we're still here. Fill time, Sean. Somehow. My fantasy team lost. Kirk Cousins went off. He had four touchdowns. Stephon Diggs is a lot of fun to watch. He actually attempted a Lambeau leap, which I thought was very funny. As a Viking, I even tweeted about it. Talking a lot about my Twitter here on the last couple episodes. Both this and Week in Review both referenced tweets that I made. They'll finally break the huddle. And it's first down and 10 from the 17-yard line. So I thought it was funny that Stephon Diggs, I'm sure people were upset, but whatever. Stephon Diggs, a lot of fun to watch as a receiver. Rodgers is going to get sacked. They're not going to call a timeout. It's second down and 20 with 40 seconds left. No real rush on the Green Bay side of the ball. That clock management's starting to get a little weird again. Looks like he maybe had Adams for a touchdown there. Adams was calling for the ball, and defense came down and just wasn't able to see him, unfortunately. Dancing around back in the backfield, and Aaron Rodgers loses 10 yards. Clock is still moving. 1 timeout. They're gonna rush to the line like they care. 23. Tick tock, go. What are you doing? Rodgers finally takes the snap. He's gonna throw that pass over the middle. Oh my goodness. He's 14 for 14, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, and that's a timeout. 3rd and 15. Well, I guess we'll find out what they have in store for us after the break. We're back in digital Washington, digital FedEx Field, and the computer Packers continue to baffle inside of 2 minutes of any sort of half. It is weird. It is super, super weird. Took their timeouts at odd spots. Rodgers took a sack. It's 3rd and 15. Obviously, they can run a play, try and get a touchdown. You have to use the sidelines or the end zone. They're actually just going to kick a field goal. Just kidding. Don't know why they didn't wait a little bit longer, but whatever. That would make sense. And from what we've learned, Green Bay, digital Green Bay, makes no sense when it comes to clock management. It just is utter confusion, apparently. 10-0, Green Bay up over Washington. Crosby with a kick. That was good. So they'll tack on 3. And Washington will probably not have any time to do anything. Return the kick, maybe quick couple plays in the Hail Mary. Who knows? We'll see. Kick is away from Crosby. Takes it at the 2. Past the 20 to the 25, up to the 30 with 2 seconds left. Washington will take over. 1st and 10. Green Bay's defense looked good. Washington only had 1 drive in that first quarter. I mean, technically 2 because they're going to have to come out, but they have had very limited time on the field. Green Bay really controlling that clock. Unfortunately, only coming away with 10 points. And it looks like Washington's going to at least run a play for some reason. Smith drops back. Quick pass. Nearly intercepted. And that is how we end the first half of play. Green Bay 10, Washington nothing here on the Shawnosaurus Digital Sports Network. There are your halftime stats, 10-0. Total of 20 yards for Washington and well over 100 for Green Bay. There is the touchdown, the lone touchdown, and apparently the lone highlight. There's Alex Smith. 10-0 Green Bay. Will be right back. Welcome back to Digital Washington. Alex Smith warms up. He gets first crack at it. Looking to put some points on the board. Washington with 1 drive, technically 2, but 1 drive in that first half. The other with only 2 seconds remaining. Probably shouldn't have really even happened if Green Bay had used the clock management in a better way, but shockingly, and that's utter sarcasm, they didn't. They continue to confuse, do the Digital Packers. Green Bay looking to get to 1-1-1 on the digital season, and that will be run back to the 26-yard line. 26-yard return, and here comes the Washington offense. See what they can do with their first drive. See if any halftime adjustments were made. Starting at the 26-yard line. Green Bay with 130 total yards. Washington with 20. Man, that is something. Rush off to the right side for Peterson, who went and tried to go back into the middle. Injury timeout for Burks. After the 6-yard rush to the right side, it is now 2nd and 4. Smith lines up in the shotgun with a running back flanked to his left. Thompson's going to run it. He had it, but he went back into the defender. We've seen that happen a couple of times here in this fake world of football where there is a clear path for the running back to go, and for whatever reason they decide to try and do like fancy moves and get tackled. Super bizarre. 3-yard rush brings up 3rd and 1. Green Bay with another opportunity to get off the field. Peterson is deep, and he's going to get enough for the first down. Looks like he's going to get about 3 yards there. 4th rush for Peterson, 15 total yards, and that'll be a first down for Washington. Nice little hole opened up, and he had just enough. Not just enough, but he had enough room to get the first down. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Smith under center, single back set. It's going to be a play action pass. Smith moves to his left, back across his body to a wide open receiver. And they're going to give him the catch at the 38-yard line. 23-yard reception. He was wide open over there. Looked like he just kind of got lost in coverage, and wonder if they'll take a look. That looks good from that angle, maybe. I don't really know. Well, they'll stick with it. Washington with a fresh set of downs at the 38-yard line. Smith under center. Another play action pass. It's going to go, looks like it got tipped away there. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Smith under center, single back set. Richardson Jr. goes in motion. Going to hand off to Peterson and stopped for a 2-yard gain. So I'll bring up 3rd and 9. Oh, they're only going to give him a yard. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. See if Green Bay can get off the field here. Smith in the shotgun. Drops back. Rolling out to his left. And throws it just kind of out of bounds. So Smith is 3 for 7, 36-yard. King and that receiver are getting a little tangled up. And Green Bay will get off the field. Hold Washington to a field goal attempt. So good stand after giving up the big pass play on the sideline. And a lengthy field goal is good. So 10-3 Green Bay. Drive took off 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so. And Green Bay will get the ball up 7. Just barely made it up over that crossbar. Rodgers warms up on the sideline. Look at all those Gatorades. They are ready to be hydrated. Or hydrating, so whoever drinks them. Shout out to that camera angle. Montgomery back deep, ready to return the kickoff. Takes it at the 3-yard line, up past the 25, close to the 30. And that's where they'll mark him. 1st and 10 for Green Bay at the 30-yard line. Okay. That happened. Rodgers trots back out onto the field, looking for some more points. First drive went really well, ended in a touchdown. Second drive went pretty okay and ended in a field goal. Good field position for Green Bay as they start their first drive of the second half. Washington picked up probably 2 or 3 times the yards they already had on their previous drive. This will start with a handoff to Williams. He powers his way for a nice gain there. 9 yards. Looked like he was stopped, but was able to get 7 yards after that contact. Looked like he was stopped pretty early in that run, but really muscled his way through. There's the initial point of contact, kind of bounced off that, and just couldn't keep his balance. He had a little more green that he could have grabbed, but as it stands, it'll be 2nd and 1. So a nice start to the drive. As Rodgers lines up under center. And hand it off again to Williams, who is going to shed another tackle. And what looked like it could have been a loss is all of a sudden a pretty big gain and a 1st down. That'll put Green Bay at 50 total rushing yards. They got to him in the backfield. He was able to muscle his way past midfield down to the 46-yard line or so, and it'll be first down. Norman with the tackle. First time we've called his name. Rodgers in the shotgun. Handoff to Montgomery. He's going to be stopped right at that line. So 2nd and 10. There are your offensive scoring. Offensive statistics. I don't know why this says scoring. That is odd. So 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss by Montgomery. Rodgers with 3 receivers to the top side of the screen. Gonna hand it off to Montgomery. He has a pretty nice little gap there for about 5 yards or so. We'll bring up 3rd down and 7. They'll give him a gain of 4 on that. So a nice little run. Kind of just ran right into the defender, which is odd, but whatever. Guess you take what Lord Madden gives you. You say, thanks Lord Madden. Thank you for this bountiful feast of football, the digital football that you've given us. Oh, I'm talking about him. Like he said, he's very alive. Cobb got absolutely annihilated, and that is the first incompletion of Rodgers' day. And that'll bring up 4th and 7. Washington holds, and they'll get the ball back to Alex Smith down 7. That was a weird pass by Rodgers because it was right into coverage and the defender was bearing down on the receiver. Kind of odd. The kick will go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for Washington with 1:09 left here in the 3rd quarter. So a couple of longer drives have eaten up this 3rd quarter. Washington will come back onto the field hoping to improve on their previous drive, which got off to a good start, but unfortunately stalled out. Thankfully, though, it stalled out in field goal range. And they were able to come away with 3 and cut the deficit to a 1-score game. Smith lines up under center. From the 18, drops back. Short drop. And that's going to be stopped for it's a fumble. Green Bay is going to recover in the red zone. That was weird. That was a very weird play. Hopefully we get a replay of it. Here we go. So it was a quick out pass, and he had it and just lost it. Boy, I asked for a replay, and I was like, oh man, I wonder what's going to happen. And I don't know. It looked like he was trying to reach out, and he just dropped it, and the ball somehow didn't go out of bounds. Rodgers will come back out on the field, 14 for 15, 114 yards, and a touchdown. A great opportunity for Green Bay here. Gifted an opportunity inside the red zone, and we're going to get a booth review. Curious to see if this stands. It was a really weird looking play. I mean, it might be called back because his elbow hit the ground. Well, there's your knee. So it's going to probably be overturned. And Washington will get the ball back. 2nd and... That was a quick review. So Washington will get the overturn. And Washington will get the ball at the 20-yard line. So 2nd down and 8. That was a weird play. Good review by the booth. It was quick and efficient. Smith drops back, looking, finds Thompson. Wonder if they have Thompson and Thompson. That's a Tintin joke for all of you fans of an obscure comic book from the 40s. And we'll take an injury timeout. Back here in Digital Washington, looks like Thompson's going to be okay. His twin brother should be fine as well. Probably watching film. I'm really stuck on this Thompson and Thompson joke. to the point where I feel like I actually need to just put a picture of them in here so people like have any sort of idea what I'm talking about. Though I don't know if a picture is really going to help. It's just going to point out like how obscure the reference is. Oh boy. I really love Tintin. And the Adventures of Tintin movie that they did, that Steven Spielberg did, was really, really good. But this isn't Week in Review. This is digital sports here on youtube.com/channel/smorgasbord of letters and numbers, which I probably need to stop saying that joke because if I get to the point where I can choose my own channel name, I might have to pick that because I thought it was a funny joke one time and I kept saying it. Handoff goes to Peterson. He's going to run for a gain of 4 yards and a first down. But be sure to check out Week in Review, and maybe I'll talk about Tintin. I don't know. It's a good movie. I like it a lot. I like the comics. Peterson with a nice run off to the left side. Gets 4 yards and the first down. And it'll be 1st and 10. We'll see if Washington wants to run another play or just take it into the fourth quarter with a fresh set of downs. They're going to get one off with 1 second left. It's another rush to Peterson, who's going to pick up 4, maybe? 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5 here as we start the fourth quarter, or finish the third quarter of action. We have 1 quarter to go, 6 minutes. It's a 1-score game, 10-3 Green Bay, but Washington has the ball on a 2nd and 5 coming up. Back in digital, Washington. Packers scored all of their points in the first half. Washington with the only point scored in the second half, a field goal on their opening drive. Green Bay got the ball, took it down the field, had to punt. Looked like there might have been a turnover, and Green Bay would have been set up in terrific field position, but the call was overturned. After a first down and a first down run, it is now 2nd down and 5. 6 minutes remain in this game. Washington looking to even things up at 10. Smith in the shotgun finds Crowder over the middle, and that'll be a first down. Smith is 6 for 10 for 51 yards. Aaron Rodgers on Green Bay is 14 for 15 for 114 yards. A lot of those coming on in that first drive. Or first 2 drives, I should say. So Jones with another tackle. Gives him 2 on the day. Smith comes to the line. Empty backfield. In the shotgun. Takes the snap. Out to his right. And that should have been picked. That was right to 2 defenders. And unfortunately... Fortunately for Washington, it falls to the ground. Unfortunately for Green Bay, it wasn't picked off. Oh, he had that. That should have been a pick. He broke on the ball. That second angle was like a one-hand sort of thing, so it looked like a more sure thing from the other angle. Offensive breakdown, 9 rush, 11 pass for Washington. 20 plays. This is their 21st play. It's a 2nd and 10 from the 41. Smith takes the snap in the shotgun. Out to nobody. I mean, there was a receiver in the area, but it must have been a miscommunication. Looked like maybe Peterson came out of the backfield, and Smith just missed him. That went way over everybody's head. 3rd down and 10. Time for Green Bay to make a stand. And then probably make some questionable clock decisions. Like they did last week. At the end of the game, when Minnesota had 2 timeouts, they elected to throw 2 incompletions and give Minnesota 2 timeouts into their final drive. Smith is going to get sacked all the way back to the 31-yard line, so that's a 10-yard loss, and that's how you get off the field on a 3rd down. 4th, 21, and a punt coming up. No separation for the receivers. Looks like he maybe had something at the bottom of the screen there, but Martinez was quick to cover it up. Couldn't quite shake the defender or get the pass away. Who is that? Perry coming in with a sack. And that's a good time for a sack. And that sack will force Washington to punt. Give Rodgers the ball back. It's going to be dropped inside the 5 down to the 2-3 yard line. So big punt for Washington, and Green Bay is going to start deep in their own territory. Cobb signaled for the fair catch. Hoped that it would roll into the end zone, but it didn't. Died inside the 5 at the 3. There's Rodgers' stats on the day. 14 for 15, 114 yards, and a touchdown. 4:45 remains in this game. Washington's in a good position to get some good field position if they can get off the field after a 3-and-out. Green Bay in a good position to run a few plays and milk that clock down a little bit. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 from the 3. Rodgers hands it off to Williams, and he gets blown up in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 1. 2nd and 12. The clock will continue to run. Man, that was just no chance for that play. He got off the edge right around David Bakhtiari and blew up the running back there. 2nd and 12. Rodgers under center. Packed way up. Williams is going to get the handoff again, and he'll probably just get the yards back he lost on the last +1, so a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 9. Washington's defense has been up to the task here, holding them to a net gain of 1 yard in 2 plays. Rodgers back under center. I mean, even with a quarterback as good as Rodgers, you wonder if they're going to want to take a shot. They are going to take a shot. They're going to take a chance, and it's going to be a huge play. That's going to go all the way across the field. Oh, my goodness. Adams is going to score a 96-yard touchdown pass. As I was saying, you don't know how much of a chance they're going to want to take. Rodgers with the play-action fake and a monster pass to Davante Adams for 96 yards and a touchdown, and just like that, it is 16-3. Looked like the defender tried to play the ball but just missed and didn't really have much help behind him, so it was either he's going to make a great defensive play or they're going to get a touchdown, and the latter was true with the touchdown. So there you go. There's a big, huge touchdown play, and just when you thought the Washington defense was going to mount a stop and keep them deep in their own territory and get good field position for Alex Smith in the offense, Green Bay with a huge play, 96 yards. Crosby with the extra point brings it to 17-3 with 3.5 minutes left. 3 plays, 97 yards, 1:16 came off the clock. It's a gutsy move down deep in your own territory to run a play-action pass, because either you stop the clock or something goes disastrously wrong. I mean, he threw that ball from his own end zone. What a nutso play. Crosby gets ready to kick it off. 2-score lead for Green Bay. Still plenty of time. Washington has 3.5 minutes of game time, all 3 timeouts. Their defense has played well, minus that 1 play. I mean, even the first drive where they gave up the touchdown, they still forced Green Bay to kind of dink and dunk it down the field. I don't think there was any sort of gain over, I don't know, maybe 20 yards or so. Washington will start this drive at the 25-yard line after the 25-yard return. Alex Smith probably needs a quick score, probably inside a minute and a half. We've seen crazy things happen. Green Bay can tend to be a little vulnerable in the passing game. You wonder how much Kevin King's injury in the second half of last week's game against the Vikings and at real-life Lambeau Field hurt them. That was when the Vikings really started to pick up yards through the air, was after King exited the game. But King's in this game, so we'll see how Digital Green Bay fares here in Digital Washington. They're going to lead off with a run to Thompson. Clinton Dix with a huge hit, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. So far, no hurry. Granted, it's 1 play, but no hurry. The clock continues to move. Clinton Dix with his second tackle of the game. Alex Smith in the pistol. Gonna do a play action fake. Rolls out to his left. Throws the ball to a wide open Crowder, and that's going to be a big gain out to the 49-yard line. 2:43, and the clock continues to move. 21-yard reception. And first down. Clinton Dix on the tackle yet again. He's all over the field. He's a really great defensive player. Probably should have gone for the sideline, but opted instead for the spin move. That was ineffective. .222. And ticking. Smith with a handoff to Thompson. Back in the game. It may be his twin, Thompson. And yet again, we get to watch a confusing series of events. It's like a series of unfortunate events, but a series of mismanaged clock events. We'll get the metaphor straightened out after this break, after the 2-minute warning. 17-3 here in Washington. Welcome back to a series of unfortunate clock management decisions. I didn't figure it out during the break, but that's fine. 2 minutes left. Washington has no urgency, down 2 scores. They have all 3 of their timeouts. They've run the ball for some reason. Caught a couple of good plays through the air. And they'll line up with a 2nd and 5 on the Green Bay 46. Smith is in the shotgun. And they're going to hand it off again. Obviously, that's what you do, down 2 scores inside 2 minutes. Now, all of a sudden, they have a sense of urgency. Lord Madden apparently hit his head this morning and is confused about how football works. And that poor pass is going to stop the clock. Smith, 7 for 14. And that pass wasn't to anybody in particular. 4th down and 2 with 1 minute and 46 seconds left. Obviously, they should go for it here. And they will on the Green Bay side of the field. Smith under center. Going to be a handoff. Clinton Dix looked like he had a shot at the tackle, but ended up getting blocked. And Peterson rushed over the left side and was able to pick up the first down. So 1st and 10, 38 on the 38-yard line. Nice pass down to Reed. Reed with a nice move, and Clinton Dix on the tackle. All of a sudden, Washington's starting to gain some momentum here. Work their way down the field. That's Reed's first reception. It goes for 25 yards. Smith takes a snap. It's going to be over the middle. It looked like he had him wide open, but just missed the throw, which is unfortunate. I don't know why you're celebrating. You did not affect that play at all. Smith threw a bad pass. 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. 13-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Still all 3 timeouts for both teams as we head toward the conclusion of this game. Smith is going to hand it off. I don't understand. I don't understand how this works. This is on like the highest difficulty setting, which like theoretically would make it like the most strategic difficulty setting, but it's not. It's more confusing than normal. 56 seconds remain, and yet another 4th down. Alex Smith is facing on the 10-yard line. Still down 2 scores. They're going to have to go for it. Smith in the shotgun. Play action pass. Out to Davis. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's how that drive ends. That was weird. So Green Bay will take over on downs at the 8-yard line after a pass that goes almost nowhere, maybe a yard or 2. Ooh, pylon cam. That's the wrong pylon cam. That's the pylon cam on the opposite side of the field. Madden is a perfect game and let it never be said by anyone that it is not. Never, ever, ever say that Madden is not utterly perfect. Both the human and the game. Devontae Adams with 4 receptions, 131 yards. 96 of those did come on one play. So stats are a little out of whack, but that is okay. Green Bay starts a drive, again backed up in their own end zone, or in their own side of the field, on their own side of the field. I don't know where I was going with that. My brain, like, I started that sentence, and then my brain, like, farted, and I words? My brain just flubs. Blah, 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 blah. Handoff to Williams, off to the left side, and a good gain there. Washington takes their first timeout. After a gain of 5 with 46 seconds remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, 17-3 Green Bay. Second down and 5 for Green Bay. Bruce comes off the field. I thought he was a defensive player. Not really sure what that was. Second down and 5. Green Bay is obviously in no hurry to run a play here, even though the clock is stopped. Going to hand off to Williams. Williams will run to his right, and he's going to gain 4, probably. Washington will take their second timeout. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 when we come back. 17-3 Green Bay. Just kidding. They faked me out again. They put the little thing up on the bottom of the screen, so I think it's going to, like, fade to black and come back. And then it just doesn't. And then I feel like an idiot. I'm sitting here behind the microphone like, good job. You duped me again. Still a 2-score game here. Third down and 1 with 41 seconds left. First down effectively ends the game. If for some reason Washington is able to stop them, they can call a timeout. Green Bay will have to punt. It probably won't matter because you still need to make up 2 scores. Shockingly, 3 weeks in, and the running theme has been baffling clock management, which may have been a better name for this series. He had a lane on the left, and he danced back into the middle and didn't gain any yards. This game doesn't make any sense. We're just watching the computer play. It doesn't make any sense. Green Bay's up 2 scores. We're back with another baffling installment of Dance Computer Dance, which is basically like if you visualize like those old Western movies where people are shooting at other people's feet. And they're like, dance, dance. It's me like shooting at a PlayStation 4 to play the game better. Dance. Computer dance. Okay, cool. Now that I've explained that, a thing that no one asked me to explain. Green Bay faces a punt here with under 40 seconds left in the game. Booming kick back inside the 25. Crowder will take it. Dances up the sideline to the 33, excuse me. And Washington will have 1st and 10. No timeouts, down 2 scores. We'll see what they have in store for us. I mean, the game is, barring some kind of miracle, this game is over. But they still decided to take 3 timeouts on the last Green Bay possession, Washington did, and force a punt. Which they didn't even need to force a punt because, or they shouldn't have forced a punt because there was a clear lane for Williams to run to the left side, but he danced back into the middle and got tackled short of the line again. So, exciting stuff here, confusing stuff. As Smith drops back, passes over the middle to Reed. Reed with a pretty nice run up to the 48. So, a 15-yard gain. And a 1st down. Clock continues to move. Under 10 seconds. And he spiked it at 8 seconds remaining. This is like pad your stats portion of the game where it's like, get a couple more completions, get some more yards. Doesn't matter. 3 receivers towards the top of your screen. Green Bay's going to probably rush 3. Spy with a 4th. 3, 2, big pass. is knocked down with 1 second remaining. 3rd down and 10. Not that the downs or distance matter at this point, but 1 second remains on the clock after that incompletion. Got bounced around a little bit. Jair Alexander. Clinton Dix in there. Kevin King hanging out. And here we go. Final play of the game. Doesn't make a difference. And another weird final 2 minutes of a digital Madden football game are as confusing as ever. So, man, come for the bizarre references, stay for the confusion? I don't really know. That incomplete pass will finish off the game. Washington goes down 17-3 at the hands of Green Bay, picking up their first win of the digital season. Green Bay now 1-1-1. 17-3 your final. Be sure to tune in next week for more digital sports right here on the Shaunosaurus (digital) (sports network). See you next week.